Yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 when his parents built a very strange machine. It was designed to, crap, what's the rest of it? Hey guys, we're back. And today we're gonna be drawing Danny Phantom characters as adults. It was one of your guys' ideas. I don't want to take credit, but I just can't for the life of me find the comment. I've been looking through all my comments to find who recommended it, but you guys just know that this idea came from y'all. How would Danny and his gang look as adults or in the future? You know what I'm saying? Because cartoons can't grow up, obviously. So that's why artists like me have to do it for them. Now, I don't really announce this often, but today's my birthday, y'all. So, yeah. And the only gift that I want from you guys is a like on this video because I love y'all. Let's get started. Our first character is going to be Tucker, all right? One of my favorite characters, sidekicks, whatever you want to call it. If you guys want to, feel free to leave some more characters down below you want to see aged up because, like I said, this is a fun series in my opinion. It's a creative idea because, like I said, when you are younger, you used to watch these cartoons all the time and you know, you were younger than these characters at one point, but then at one point you grow up, the cartoons don't. So you kind of like grow past the cartoon characters, and that can be kind of sad sometimes. But I feel like this series can kind of like give us an idea of how they might look if they grew up with us pretty much. And that's why I think this is a great idea and a really fun idea. I might call the series If Cartoon Characters Grew Up With Us. Yeah, that has a ring to it. Maybe a little too long, actually. Isn't it crazy? There's a whole generation of people out there who have never seen Danny Phantom. It's actually saddening to me. Now, I understand that some people don't like the creator of Danny Phantom, Butch Hartman. Listen, this is one of those things where separate the art from the artist, okay? Maybe Butch Hartman isn't a good person, but his cartoons will live on, and I grew up with these cartoons, you know what I'm saying? So whatever opinion you have about Butch Hartman, that's your opinion, but I still love Danny Phantom, you know? Same thing about Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. People don't like her, but they love her series, okay? Let's separate the art from the artist. I actually recently rewatched the entire series in my adulthood, and I still loved it the exact same way. I know it's a kid's show, but it's so good. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they don't make kids shows the same way anymore. Like, this was peak cartoon like times, bruh. I'm actually kind of curious, what kind of cartoons did you guys like used to really watch all the time, or used to wake up early in the morning for it to turn on, or just used to catch on a daily basis? I'm curious to know what you guys used to watch, because Danny Phantom was my cartoon. For me, it was Danny Phantom, of course, Avatar: Last Airbender. Bro, you can't go wrong with that. Very Odd Parents. There's a few others I can't think of right now, but there's a couple of cartoons that I used to really watch all the time. Anyway, I almost done with this design. Kept most of the actual details because I want to remain, you know, true to the character. He looks a little bit like me, which was not intentional, I promise, but it just happened that way. But anyway, here's my version of Tucker as an adult. Up next, we got Danny Phantom, the main character. Danny's actually one of the coolest and most relatable, like, I guess, main characters in a cartoon because, you know, the things he goes through is things that most of us have gone through in life. The trope of Danny Phantom kind of reminds me of Peter Parker, Spider-Man, because what I mean by that is Danny is a loser, like in school. Like his friends and him are losers. They get picked on, they get bullied, they get made fun of. They're seen as the weird kids. And when Danny Phantom goes ghost, he's pretty much the most popular person in the world. Everyone loves him. All the girls want him. And people like his ghost form, but they don't like Danny in his regular form, pretty much, all right? So that's why I compared it to Spider-Man, because you know how Spider-Man is like the geek, nerd, loser kid, but then Spider-Man's like the most beloved character or the most beloved hero. Everyone wants him. That's pretty much the same kind of thing with Danny Phantom. I'm pretty sure there's a girl character in the show who he has a crush on, and the girl, like Danny likes the girl pretty much, but the girl does not like Danny. But the girl that Danny likes also likes Danny Phantom's ghost form because she's like a huge fan of Danny Phantom. Even though Danny Phantom is the guy she has a crush on, but she doesn't, but it's also like the Phantom ghost. What I'm trying to say is that the girl that Danny likes Danny, but only his ghost form. But she doesn't know it's Danny, so this is complicated. Anyway, let's talk about the design I'm going for. So I went more superhero-y because I feel like that's just I feel like this will happen in the future. He probably become like a superhero to save the planet from ghosts, right? Now I know people are gonna be like, AJ, you made him a little bit too old. Now listen, hear me out on this, okay? I gave him a beard, yes, but he's not actually that old. I gave him the beard because he looks cool with it, but now that I'm looking at it, he does look older because his hair is white, but that's because his power's on. Like, his hair is actually like black or brown or whatever, but it just looks white and he looks older because of the beard. I don't know. I might take off the beard just because he does look a little bit too old. Like he's probably in his 40s, but he's supposed to be like in his 20s and 30s. Who cares? Anyway, I think it looks cool, but you guys leave your opinion down below. Up next, we got Sam, of course. Love interest slash partner in crime, you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure that I speak for everyone when I say that Sam was everyone's goth awakening. At least that's what she was for me when I was younger. Because when I was little, I was like, what's goth? I didn't know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what a goth girl was. Then I saw Sam. I was like, oh, makes sense now. Now, I know most of you guys are going to say, well, no, it wasn't Sam for me. It was Raven, or it was Gwen from Total Drama Island. We all got our goth awakening, you know? I just think that Sam was mine. So Sam, of course, is the love interest slash friend of Danny Phantom. And I'm just so glad that they end up together because, I mean, there were some other girls that Danny like went out with, and I was like, please don't let this happen. Please don't let it be the final, you know, the thing. Now, I won't lie. If I had to pick like one gripe I had with Danny Phantom, it was the will they won't they bullshit that they dragged on for the longest time. I guess it was obvious for some people that they were getting together, but they would always just like, every episode they would hint at it, like, oh, they're gonna become a couple one day, and they would never do it, and it would always be either some girl or something blocking them from ever getting together. And it dragged on, literally, I swear, it dragged on the entire series until the final. Yeah, I guess you can tell that I'm not the biggest fan of will they won't they's. Maybe I'm just impatient. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm just an impatient person, which is fine. I'll take that. Maybe I am impatient, but whatever. But I will say I do appreciate how the creators, or like, you know, the studio, they didn't just make her a love interest. She was actually her own character, her own personality and everything like that. She actually had her own arcs, her own storyline going on. It was pretty cool, you feel me? Now, I shouldn't be saying this, but it should be the norm. It shouldn't be like a surprise when a female character has their own story, because that's how, I mean, that should be like the bare minimum. Like, give the female characters their own story, their own arc. Don't just make them a damsel or a love interest. Give them their own character, pretty much. So I always appreciate when they actually do that with the character. But anyway, with the design, I was actually gonna go with short hair, but I decided to make it longer because it just looked better. And I think this is pretty cool and pretty accurate to how it looked. I also gave her a tattoo on her arm because why not? It's like a ghost tattoo. You probably can't see it, but it's like a ghost tattoo. I thought that was pretty cool. You feel me? But anyway, here is my version of Sam. Anyway, y'all, that's gonna be it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, and also leave your opinions down below, and also suggestions for future characters. I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.